And I'll tell you, the hardest part about this whole YouTube thing is not the actual filming. It's trying to do everything with just a one-man crew. It's me. So like I've got an interesting kind of setup where I have these monitors like right down here to each camera, so I can like double check and make sure, number one, that they're on, and number two, that they're like in focus. But even so, there's just so much that goes on that like, God, I hope these shots here look good. We'll find out. In the news from a couple days ago, there was another attempt by the city of Kyle, Texas, to break the world record for the largest gathering of people with one name. It fell short on Saturday despite 706 Kyles of all ages turning up at a park in the suburbs of Austin. The crown is currently held by a town in Bosnia that got 2,325 people named Ivan together in 2017, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. They just had a great time. That's awesome. They got just over a third of the way to actually breaking the record. We need more Kyles. More Kyles. Well, hello friends. Welcome back. My name doesn't matter. You can see it in the words down there. So we're here to do a reacts video today, and it's possible we may get sidetracked with a bunch of stuff because I tend to be a little chaotic as soon as I start talking about the actual music.
Professor Chaos!
Today we're looking at LOVEBITES. The song is called Stand and Deliver, parenthesis, shoot 'em down. And it's live from Knocking at Heaven's Gate, I think. My eyesight's terrible. I can't see that fair.
I'm blind.
No shit.
Now, I have reacted to some LOVEBITES before with my band, Sweet Clarity. You check them out from the link below. And I like them. They're super fun. They're all ladies, if I remember correctly, but that's not what makes them super fun. I remember this just being like real sauce, a real solid group of musicians, really good songwriting and everything. It's just always a good time. So, of course, live videos are always better because then you get to see what's going on. Plus, I can pick out not only how the song sounds, but what they look like, how they move on stage, what kind of gear they use, the crowd response, all the stuff. So, let's give this thing a run, and we're gonna see how much fun we're gonna have. So, here we go. Yes, I understand. Whoa! That's a good bass sound. I'll talk about it later. Where's the beat? I can't find it. There it is. Oh yeah. Sick. This is so power metal. I love it. Ooh. Got like kind of a deeper, like operatic voice. Cool. Those lasers are dope. Chorus. Whoa. Sick. Holy moly. See, that's why I like live. Like, they're all smiling and happy, and you can see that and feed on it. Awesome. Fantastic vocal technique. Super, super consistent. Interesting melody. All right, give it to me. Let's go. Oh yeah. Love it. Ooh. That's so good. Ooh. So sick. Ah, to another verse. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna do that the whole sequence again. God, this light show is so sick. That lighting engineer in the back is just touching all the buttons. All right, this is one of my favorite choruses. I love it. Ah, the crowd thinks so too. You can see the hands do that. Yeah. Oh, that was cool. That was cool in the video. Holy moly. That was so sick. I've been saying that a lot. Everything is so sick, but it was so sick. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. I didn't say a lot during the video because I was just mesmerized with what was going on. So there's a lot to unpack in this song. Not because it's complicated. Not that it isn't. It's a freaking banger. That's why there's a lot to unpack. Let's figure out why it's such a banger. Number one, chorus. I say this all the time. The hook line in a chorus has to be awesome. To make a hook line and a chorus awesome, dead ass simple. That's the way to do it. So I picked the keys in E minor, and are you ready for this? The melody in the chorus. I don't remember the chords below it, but the melody line was. That was it. And then the second time through, or something like that. You know, I've heard it one time. But like super simple, there's 3 notes. So it's super simple, and just like everyone will remember that, and they will know that, and they will love it because, like I said, simple melodies are the most catchiest. Super, super, super fun. So really awesome there. And not to mention the lady singer's voice. I mean, that was so consistent and placed in such an awesome spot. So when you sing, you can think about it like this, okay? For anyone who does not know, you have resonators with your voice all over, like kind of from your torso all the way up to the top of your dome. And where you place that note in your body will change the resonance, it will change the timbre and how you hit that note. And you can hear where vocalists place those notes based purely on kind of the tone and how they approach notes. And so like a lot of these, I was hearing not necessarily head voice, because head voice sounds kind of a lot like, ah! But like if you are to place it in like your mix, which is kind of like right around like this like face area. My vocal teacher used to say up and over the soft palate. She used to do this a lot. And you can get like this like, wow, kind of note to it. But the point is you can like get that kind of timbre if you really support from the bottom and just do this step, and then you can move it around. But it's sitting like right in this spot. It's not too much step, and it's not like from way down here. Now, I did note in the actual song, she was hitting some notes that kind of sounded like she was, you know, way down low like this, which is awesome. And you can do that. And especially when you're lower in your chest voice, which is your speaking voice, this, you know, the one that I'm in down here, to get a real good resonation and get like a yeah, and get like the nice vibrato and everything, you know, you have to place these notes lower. And so good vocal technique comes from placing notes in different places depending on the pitch and depending on how you're trying to emote it. And then based on that, you get all this freedom and on how to, you know, express things. And so, like I said, when she hit those high notes, it was just in the power metal placement. It was in the Jeff Tate. It was in the Daniel Heyman. It was in like that like pharyngeal resonator, like right in here, and you can hear it. It was awesome. You could hear when I felt it because I started to cry. It was freaking sweet. Now, what else was cool? Like I said, everyone's smiling. They're all happy. They're running around. Everything's choreographed, which is pretty cool. That's something important when you play on stage. We're switching gears now if you haven't noticed. When you're on stage, something that's really cool is you make something called shapes. And shapes are when you go and you interact with somebody else in the band and you do stuff. Like you saw the lady guitar player and the lady bass player. They had this like thing where they were like doing the power stance at each other. And then they were just kind of doing like some stuff. It's called a shape. And when you make shapes like that, number one, it looks dope. But like number two, it's, you know, it kind of reminds the audience that like, hey, there's more than just 5 people up there playing music. It's 5 people who are very, very closely connected. And it's when you have these interactions, the audience picks up on that real quick. And you know, they really get into it. So doing things like that is always super cool. And even doing so like at the audience or at the camera too. You don't necessarily make shapes with them, but you most definitely can like make a connection. Like when the camera comes by and you do like a, you know, I'm sure you've seen that all the time, and that's freaking cool. Everybody likes it when that happens because it's kind of funny and it's really cool, and it, you know, kind of brings you in. Of course, like I said twice, the lights were in freaking sane. Now there's 2 ways that you can do lights. You can either have a lighting engineer in the back with a big console that controls everything and he can push all the buttons. And I have seen lighting engineers work. The joke I made where he's sitting there doing this, that's not an exaggeration, by the way. If you see a killer lighting engineer doing stuff, he's sitting there and he's like bouncing with the music. He's like the 6th member because there's 5 in that band, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, yeah. He's like the 6th member. If you count the sound man, he's the 7th member because he's sitting there and he knows where the accents are going to be. And so he's like getting ready to like, boom, when that chorus hits, he's going to like slam the lights. And when the big heavy chug-a-leg breakdown comes or something, he's going to, you know, activate all the lasers and turn them on and make shit go crazy. So like when you have a really good light show, that helps a lot in your stage show. Now, maybe it wasn't a lighting engineer. You can also program lights to follow along with your set. Maybe they did that. It's hard to tell. You can go either way, but I just had to point that out because it deserves mention because it was sweet. Drums, obviously, super, super dope. Real power metal. They were doing lots of the power metal beats. I'm pretty sure I heard the booty camp beat, which if you know what that's the boot camp, like the Dragon Force drum pattern. That was in there, I'm pretty sure, or a version of that, which is awesome. We always like the booty camp, you know? But yeah, super like real nice and fast. And when the song called for it, she just speeded up, just went ham, she speeded it up and went ham. And when the music didn't, you know, it was like maybe put the focus on somebody else, she was just sitting back there and just sitting in pocket. I'm not necessarily a drummer, so I can't really comment too much on that stuff. Now, the guitar players and the bass was a different story. We'll talk about the bass first because I said the tone is mad. The tone, I would bet my firstborn child, who doesn't exist yet, that was a dark glass tone. Dark glass makes these like really aggressive bass amps and bass pedals and bass effects. Like most of the time, if you hear a distorted bass that has some real nuts to it, it's probably a dark glass distortion. And that sounded exactly like that. I'm a mix engineer, and so I kind of know because I love dark glass. I use it all the time, and I'm pretty sure that's what it sounded like. I love dark glass. I love it. So that was really cool. She was a super clean bass player. In the beginning, I was just having trouble picking out what the rhythm was because the crowd was just all over the freaking place. So it's nothing on them at all. Just the crowd was just going ham and doing what crowds do. The guitar players were super fun. Now, it was a real traditional guitar tone, which is pretty indicative. Lots of power metal kind of uses that real traditional guitar tone. So I obviously have no problems with it because I freaking love power metal. What was interesting, I love, you know, when guitar players switch off the solos and stuff, but the first lady with the short shorts was doing some interesting stuff. She was kind of modulating some modes and doing some things. Like the song is in E, so she was doing some stuff in E minor. And she was doing some stuff like, I'm pretty sure I heard like a run in like E major or something, which you can, that's not E, E's here. And so she was kind of like going back and forth a little bit and kind of sneaking some stuff in there. Like you can do like the, you know, you can kind of sneak that in there. Needless to say, she was doing some cool stuff and she was kind of cheating around and doing some jazzy things, and I really liked it. Now, the other guitar player with it looked like an Epiphone guitar, the like sunburst kind of yellow red guitar with the big wah pedal. I love wah pedals. They're so sick. So sick. And she was just going hard and using the wah pedal and channeling her like Van Halen, Kirk Hammett kind of thing and just going for it. And it was awesome. And then they came back and did another chorus and everything. So like I said, I had a lot to say. This was freaking sweet. I love LOVEBITES. They're super fun. Super fun to see live, and they're crazy consistent in their live show. So all mad props to them. I'm very jealous. And always honored to be able to get to give my opinions, my humble opinions on it. So love it. I got nothing bad to say. Whew, shit. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. If you know what's good for you, you'll hit the frickin' subscribe button. And then while you're at it, leave a comment. Do it. Help me. And until then, get out. See ya. Thank you. Go away.